Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good Monday morning. Today I'm starting my series on influential saints, or saints that have had a profound impact on my life. So this is very subjective, and I'm going to kind of go in the order of how influential they've been in my life, too. And I hope that you share some of the saints along the way that have been influential in your life as well. So today I'm going to start off with the one who's been the most influential in my life, and that is this guy right here, and that's St. Augustine of Hippo. A little background on St. Augustine. So he's born in North Africa. He had a mother who was Catholic, but a father who was pagan. And his mother constantly throughout his life was praying for him to have a conversion. He, though, especially in his youth, was much more concerned with things of learning and his intellect and knowledge of that. He became a teacher. He was a rhetorician in his early life as well. Really became very prominent in that field too. Very influential in that because he became very skilled at it. He even taught in Rome for a while there too. The interesting thing about Augustine's life, though, is that through all of this, though, too, he was searching for something constantly. In fact, he talks about this in his autobiography, The Confessions, constantly of how he's always was searching for something during this time. He followed the Manichaeans for a little while, which is a heresy, because he thought they had the truth for a while there. And he didn't live the most virtuous lifestyle either. He had a mistress for about 15 years in which he actually had a son with her. He did love her very much, but he was not married to her. And he did several other things in his life that were not virtuous as well during this time period. It wasn't until he got to Milan and spent some time with the bishop there, St. Ambrose, that he had his conversion. So probably the two saints most important in his life is his own mother, St. Monica, and St. Ambrose. During all this time period too, and he had his conversion there. He ends up getting baptized, and eventually he moves back to North Africa where the people call him to be bishop because they want him. They saw him as their bishop. So he gets ordained because the bishop has spent the last 30 years of his life as bishop there. Now, why is he most influential to me? Well, the thing that's had the most impact with him is his writings. He is a prolific writer throughout his lifetime, had many works. And his works have had a profound impact on me. I mentioned already Confessions of St. Augustine. I read this in one of my church history classes when I was in the seminary. And this had a profound impact on me. This is my favorite spiritual book I ever read, and it had the most profound impact on me because I found I could relate with Augustine the most of any saint I've ever read. His struggles in life, the decisions he had to make, his simple search for the truth, I found was just so profound. And I could relate with it. Maybe his struggles were a little different than mine, but the way he writes and the way he thinks, I really could relate with him. So that's why he's so influential. I found I could relate with someone as I walked my own journey of conversion and my own journey of going deeper into my spiritual life. His other writings have had a profound impact on me as well. His work on the Trinity is actually where I get a lot of my theology on the Trinity when I explain it and when I teach it and when I do homilies on it. So this is one of my favorite works as well. And currently, while we're all kind of in our kind of stay in place in our own homes, I've been reading his great work, The City of God, which I've read parts of it before. But I'm reading it now in its entirety, and I'm really enjoying this too. As well as I refer to a lot of times his sermons and my own sermons. I read a lot of his writings. So his writings are where it's been most influential to me. He's really helped shape a lot of my theology outside of the stuff I learned in my classes. And they've been that profound in my life and just the way I think. But like I said, his Confessions is where he was most profoundly influencing my life. Just in his journey, helped aid me and have strength in my journey in hopes of becoming a saint myself, as he did, despite the fact that in his youth, he struggled a lot with that search. So that's how he's influenced me, and that's why he's the most impactful saint in my life, and it's why I refer to him so much, too. So throughout this week, I'm going to refer to saints that have had an impact on my life. I got 4 more to go. But I want to hear about some of the saints that have impacted your life. And maybe just share one of them. Don't share all of them because I'm going to be doing this all week, and I'm hoping you will share all of them as the week goes on. But what saint has had the most impact on your life? What is the number one saint that you can say has influenced your spirituality or your theology or your faith? And why? Why were they that influential? And I hope that you share that in the comments down below, so we can all share in our saints of influence. So I hope you enjoy that. Know that I'm still praying for every one of you, and until we come back together, I'm hoping that this conversation about the saints can keep us connected in our faith as well, not just with each other, but the saints who have had an influence in us during this season of Easter.